The first speaker that we have this afternoon is Professor Brij Miraj from the School of Environmental Sciences.
Traditionally, South African Indians have been viewed as and I want to actually, my presentation wants to focus on the now and the beyond. I really think those are critical issues that as a community we need to debate and discuss. So traditionally, South African Indians have been viewed as a homogeneous community and presented a united front in opposing apartheid. However, the democratic era has witnessed the resurgence of ethnic and sub-ethnic identities, class, language, religion, geographic origins. Linguistic divisions amongst Hindus, for example, was very strong in the first half of the 20th century. This diminished somewhat since the 1970s as a result of a significant increase in interlinguistic marriages. Ironically, in the post-1994 period, there's been a resurgence of linguistic divisions in a community where the majority cannot speak any of the vernaculars. The 150th commemoration events represented an historic opportunity to raise crucial issues affecting both countries in an era where globalization has favored the majority and brought untold misery to the majority. Sadly, this opportunity has been squandered.
Our next speaker for this afternoon is Ms. Ila Gandhi. She is Chancellor of DUT and also granddaughter of the late Mahatma Gandhi.
Fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, my topic today is about the importance of Satyagraha. In commemorating the 150th anniversary of the arrival of the first indentured workers from India to South Africa, it is an appropriate time to reflect on our achievements or successes and our limitations or failures over the past 150 years, and to reflect on what our own contribution is and will be in the next 150 years. What legacy are we going to be leaving for our future generations? I am going to reflect on the successes and limitations of the legacy left for us by Mahatma Gandhi. While Mahatma Gandhi did not come to South Africa as an indentured worker and did not arrive in 1860, he arrived 33 years later in 1893 and came to South Africa in his professional capacity as a lawyer to assist in a court case. His contribution to South Africa and to the raising of the stature of the indentured workers is what I am going to speak about. I speak in the wake of some criticisms about him, accusing him of racism and promoting class and caste consciousness. His critics say that he was only interested in the welfare of the rich Indian merchants and that in effect he left no legacy for the people of South Africa, as he took no interest in the indentured workers or in the majority African people of South Africa. In his own lifetime, he did not take offense to any criticisms directed towards him. In fact, he maintained that criticisms are important, as they teach us to learn about ourselves and to correct any mistakes that we may have made. If these criticisms are unfounded, then we must continue with our work, and our lives must be testimony to our work and to our beliefs. He maintained that his life is his message. I think academics should claim this legacy and do further research and build it into our system, social system, as well as the school system for future generations to come. Thank you.